Hi, this is CK at CK Education. Today I want to talk about retirement. Now, some of you are looking at me and say, you don't look that old. You don't look like you need to retire anytime soon. But I want to talk about the concept of retirement. I want to talk about the expectations of retirement. I want to talk about the mindset about retirement. Most people I know, when they think of retirement, they're thinking no more work. I don't have to work anymore. Because most people work for a company or an organization and they can't work forever. At some point, you have to quit or you're going to be let go, or you have a pension plan, you have a retirement plan that you want to work on or tap into, and you want to live off of that. Some people are just, most people I think are just tired of doing the same thing. They don't really love their work anyway, so they want to retire so they can now do the things they really love to do. I hear people all the time, man, I can't wait until I retire so that I can go travel like they love to travel, or I can't wait until I retire so that I can do this which I really love to do. So the work that they do every day is really to just make a living, and they're just kind of just getting through it, just getting through it every day until that retirement day comes. And then when retirement comes, they can't wait until they can stop doing this work and they can just rest, or they can go do other things that they really love to do. Now, I guess this would pertain to younger people, because if you're already middle age, if you're already 60, if you're already older, you might not have that flexibility of switching to something that you love to do and give up the thing that you're doing, because you've already put too much into it. And this is the problem with a lot of people. They've already put, man, I already got 20 years in it. I just have to go a few more years and then I can retire, because if I quit now, I'm not going to get my retirement plan. I'm not going to get my pension plan. I understand. And sometimes you got to just sort of, stick to it if you're in that situation. And I know that sometimes it's not a luxury. You can't just quit and, you have to make a living. I understand that. But this is why it's so important that when you're younger, when you're a young professional, that you really think through these things long term. In one of my videos I made prior, I talked about how most people's planning horizon is too short. They're just thinking about the next month or the next year, maybe 1 or 2 years ahead. I'm saying think 10, 20, 30, 50 years ahead, and think about what kind of life you want to live, what kind of things will happen at that point, and then you come back and you do every day to reach those goals so that you don't live a life of regret. And so it's the same thing with retirement. If you're thinking, well, someday you will retire. Someday, I guess everybody will retire, whether you like it or not. And when you retire, will you want to retire because you hate the thing that you're doing? You're just waiting for that day. You're just waiting to retire. Or will you continue to do what you do even after you retire? Now, it is possible to retire and then continue working. Okay, some people never retire. Like if you look at Warren Buffett, he's in his, I don't know, mid to late 80s now. He has no plans to retire because he loves what he does. Every single day, he just does it. Now, people might say, well, he's a billionaire. Of course he's going to continue. No, but some billionaires, they stop doing what they do and they do other things. Like Bill Gates is not really running Microsoft. He's doing other things. Okay, so it's not necessarily how much money you have, although money is a factor. But the biggest factor is, do you really love what you're doing? Are you pursuing the things that you really love to do? Your passions, the things that you naturally have in you, those things, are you pursuing that your entire life? And I'm not just talking about one thing, because it is possible for you to be making a living, making money doing one thing that you don't really love to do, but you can still pursue the thing that you love to do on the side, even if that's not making you much money, even though you can't make a living on that thing. Now, if you can pursue the thing that you really love to do and make a living doing that thing, that's the best of both worlds. That's what I would urge you to do if you're a younger professional. Find the thing that you absolutely love to do. You're like, man, I would do this even if I wasn't getting paid. I would do this. I could do this my entire life and I would love doing it. You want to do that thing and you want to continue doing that thing. Okay. So I tell, people around me, I say, look, I have no plans to retire. Okay. What would I do if I just stopped working? I mean, I'd be bored to death and I love what I do. And I constantly find things that I love. I love to discover new things, to learn new things. And so I don't even know. I'm excited about the future because I don't know quite what else I might be doing. I love what I do now, but I would also love to do other things. And there's a lot of things that I love to do. And I would continue discovering those things and doing it and as long as I'm able, but I have no plans to, retire one day. There's a certain day that I retire and then I stop working. I love work, because I love what I do for work. And I always pursue the things that I love to work. Now, some people might say, yeah, but you have a business and you're making enough money, so you might say that. Well, when I started in 2009, when I transitioned from my engineering to my own business, my education business, I was making nothing. And money was just bleeding every month. It was just going out, no money coming in. And there were some desperate times there, but I still pursued the thing that I love to do, which was teach. I love teaching. And of the many things that I was doing at that time in my transition, teaching was the thing that made me the least amount of money. But I decided I was going to go all in on that because I knew in my mind that I had to do something that I would love to do for many, many decades, not just a year or two. And so I chose teaching, and that has grown, and that has, and on, and it's wonderful now, but it wasn't always so wonderful. It wasn't always so well paying. It wasn't always fantastic like that. It was very, very, very difficult. And so, but like I said, I put in the time because I love doing it. I think I would have got tired out, stressed out, and worn out if I didn't love it. But the reason I was able to put in first 5 or 6 years of working 363 days a year and working 7 days a week, putting in many, many hours and to build a business is because I loved it. And so you got to choose something you love to do. If you're a young professional, don't just settle for something that kind of makes me money. Pursue the thing that you love to do and build that thing and master it and find a way to make money doing that so that you have no regrets. So that as you get older, you're like, I love doing this thing. And I would never retire. Why would I retire? I would just keep doing it, And so that's how you want it to be, not dreading the day that you go to work on Monday morning. That's a sad existence. And unfortunately, many people live like this. So should we stop working after we retire? I'm like, why would we retire? Retire from what? I think that you can continue to do a lot of things that you love, continue to pursue your passions all throughout your life. Now, there are some things as you get older that you may not be able to do, when you were younger, just because of physical limitations and so forth. But you can always find things that you love to do that you can do even as you age. And I think the best way to set yourself up is not even think about retirement, but just think about what is the thing that you are passionate about, the thing that you love to do, and you continue pursuing those things. That will make you the happiest person. It will make you the most successful person. And I think that is what you were created for. And so we have to keep pursuing those things. I am not saying that it is easy to pursue your passions and make money. Sometimes I know that's very, very difficult. I went through that. But all I know is this, that when I did pursue my passion and I gave myself no out, I gave myself no choice. I said to myself, you don't have a choice. You have to make this work. There's no option B. There's no plan B. There's no way out of this. You have to make it work. You tend to make it work. Okay. So you just have to have that grit, that determination, that persistence, that you're just going to make it through and you're just going to somehow make it through. And it's not just grit and determination. There are other things you have to learn in order to be successful. You have to change your mindset. There are certain business skills you have to learn, and there are other things that you have to learn. But in addition to learning those things, you just have to give yourself no plan B. There's no alternative. There's no other option. I have to make it work. And I think when you have that mindset, you're more than likely to make it work because you have no other choice. So if you're a young professional, I hope that helps you. I hope you take that road because that's going to make you happier in life. Thanks for watching this video up to this point. I really appreciate it. And until my next video, I hope you stay well.